Tonight on Newswatch 18, the Board of Regents wants to increase tuition at the 3 state universities. See how you may be affected.
Recyclemania is a nationwide craze that caught ISU attention. Check out the competitive way the dining and resident halls and are recycling everyday items.
If the weather kept you from Hilton last night, don't worry. We have all the highlights from the Cyclone women's win against Oklahoma State. All this and more coming up on Newswatch.
Live from Studio B, this is Newswatch 18 with Lexi Hanna, Cicely Shaw, and Chris Cox Sports. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Lexi Hanna.
And I'm Cicely Shaw.
At today's Board of Regents meeting, presidents of Iowa's 3 main public universities spoke in support of higher tuition rates. Certain programs at the state schools may see tuition hikes of up to 21% for next year. Students in agricultural systems technology here at Iowa State could see an increase in their program tuition by 12%. The universities say that these increases could go towards improvements in the various programs. The final tuition numbers should be out next month.
There's a new green craze around campus, and it's called Recyclemania. Reporter Andrew Schneider is live in the studios to tell us more.
Recyclemania is a recycling competition which will compare Iowa State's green effort against other schools across the country. Starting this Sunday, Iowa State's residence halls will begin competing by counting their recyclables.
In an effort to increase recycling in residence halls, Greenhouse Group, an on-campus recycling organization, has entered the Department of Residence and Recyclemania, a national competition between colleges and universities.
Recyclemania is an international recycling competition, and this is the first year that Iowa State's participating in it. So schools all around the nation and one school from outside of the U.S. will send in recycling data every week or every other week to Recyclemania on how much they can recycle.
The school is a part of the benchmark division because being a part of the competition division isn't feasible for the university at this time.
Benchmark, the division we're in, is more like you report your statistics and you still get ranked among schools, but you can't claim like we're the best recycling in the country. It's just kind of to show you where you're at now and what other schools are doing, just to kind of give you an idea.
Representatives of Greenhouse Group are promoting recycling in the residence halls and dining centers.
We're looking at table tents in the dining center. I don't know about you, but especially for our target market, which is residence hall students, most of them eat in the dining centers because most of them are required to have a meal plan. And we put them there, they're more likely to get read. And it is shown that participating in this competition for most schools increases the amount of material recycled during that time. So we're hoping the same holds true for us.
Okay, so a recycling chair will take out their recycling to the site. Before they do that, though, they have to go to the hall desk to get the recycling site key. And when they turn that key back in, they have to check the key back in and write how many bags of each material they brought out to the recycling site. We take those numbers and we have a conversion factor for about an approximate weight per bag of plastic or aluminum. So then from there we can get numbers that we can give to Recyclemania.
A 2-week trial run before the competition officially starts is helping to determine how residence halls will collect data and teach recycling chairs the process of reporting data. The competition officially begins Sunday, February 6th and runs through April 2nd. For ISU TV, with Alexis Eichscheid, I'm Andrew Schneider.
If you want more information on the competition, visit recyclemania.org. On-campus students can also talk about their CAs for more information.
Linguist Paul Frommer, who developed the Na'vi language for James Cameron's movie Avatar, will speak at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight in the Memorial Union Great Hall. Frommer developed more than 1,000 words for the fictional language, a mixture of Polynesian and African dialects, as well as the rules and structure of the language. His talk, called Giving Avatar Its Voice, Creating the Na'vi Language, opens Iowa State's National Affairs Series on Innovation.
One of the hardest hit buildings on the ISU campus during the August floods was the Lee Recreation Center. And if you've been there recently, you recognize the new turf. Aaron Bauer has more.
The damage to the Iowa State campus from the August floods was tremendous. One building hit the hardest was the Lead Recreation Center. Inside Lead, there was nearly 2 feet of standing water. Locker rooms, racquetball, and basketball courts were all severely damaged. However, the hardest hit was the recreation turf in Lead. Assistant Director Coordinator of Facility Operations Doug Aerosmith explains how he felt when he first saw the damage to the Lead Center.
It made you sick, it really did. When we walked in that first day, I guess it was, that evening before we sandbagged and thought we had it really good, and obviously that wasn't the case. It found ways in despite our efforts.
This is the turf before the August floods, and this is how it looked after everything was torn out. Aerosmith explains exactly what the new turf is.
It's not so much like the field turf that you see on a lot of football stadiums now that have the rubber infill. This is more just an old-fashioned AstroTurf with a pad below it. But because of the type of use we get in here, you can't have the other kind because you don't have the ability to vacuum it and keep it clean.
I'm standing on the actual turf just installed here at the Lead Center a couple weeks ago. This turf is used by students, club members, and some Iowa State athletic programs here on campus. As you can tell, the turf does provide an adequate amount of supporting for all the athletes that use it. One team that uses the turf is the Iowa State track team. Sprinter Jordan Andreessen explains why she enjoys running on the turf.
Less impact on the shins, and it just helps kind of, since we run on the track a lot, it's kind of a different material to kind of run on, and it's like the grass outdoors. You don't want to run on the cement all the time.
The cost to cover the damage will be paid for by insurance as well as help from FEMA. However, another underlying question some students have is, how can we prevent this from happening again?
One suggestion and one thing that's out there is there's a company that makes what they call door dams, and you can actually quickly, instead of using sandbags, you can put in almost a barrier, almost like a temporary wall where you could put it in front of doors.
All you will need to have to use the new turf down at the Lead Center will be your ISU card. Reporting for iState News with Kevin Shea and Alec Burns, I'm Aaron Bauer.
Students can use the new turf and all the other athletic facilities at Lee weekdays starting at 6 a.m., Saturdays after 8 a.m., and Sundays after 9.
Coming up after the break, I have your Cyclone basketball update. Stay right here on Newswatch 18.
Simplemente asegurarse de que hubiera alguien que cuidara a los niños. Esta es la manera de United Way. Aquí en nuestra comunidad, United Way está cambiando la manera de hacer las cosas, brindando alternativas que van desde soluciones rápidas hasta cambios reales. Eso es lo que importa, así es como lo hace United Way. Más información, visite español.unitedway.org.
There's a place where a total stranger will give their blood to save your life. There's a place where someone you never knew will save your child from drowning. A place where people will give you food and shelter after a flood. There's a place where, when you need it most, someone will reach out their hand, put it across your shoulder and say, "Everything's going to be okay." That place is called America, where we look out for each other, and it's up to us to keep it that way. When you help the American Red Cross, you help America.
The Cyclones women's basketball team secured a 79-59 win against Oklahoma State last night and improved their Big 12 record to 4-3. Senior Kelsey Bolte was the leading scorer for the Cyclones with 20 points and 9 assists, while sophomore Haley Christopherson had 15 points and 4 assists. An explosion of threes led the Cyclone women to an easy victory. They shot 60% from behind the arc. The Cyclones head to Oklahoma for their next matchup, where they will take on the Sooners in Norman at 12:30 this Saturday. The Cyclones men's basketball fell to the Buffaloes in Boulder, Colorado on Tuesday, 69-95. Scott Christopherson led the Cyclones with 24 points, his fourth 20-point output of the season. They fall to 14-9 overall and 1-7 in Big 12 play. The Cyclones made 11 three-pointers in the game, making this their 10th game of the season with 10 or more from behind the arc. Deontay Garrett tied a career high with 5 three-pointers. Next, they host Kansas State with the tip at 12:45 this Saturday. The 45th edition of the Super Bowl is set to kick off in Dallas this Sunday as the Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Green Bay Packers. Two of the best defenses in the NFL are looking to stop two of the best quarterbacks in the league, Ben Roethlisberger and Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers are looking for their third Super Bowl victory in the past 6 years, and the Packers are looking for their first since 1997. This year's game will also look to break the all-time attendance record of almost 104,000, set in Super Bowl 14. The game starts at 5:30 on Fox.
All right, thank you, Chris. After the break, Liz Cease will join us for an update on your weather.
Stay tuned right here to Newswatch 18.
It's your home, it's your dream. Radon test and keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green. Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. It's easy. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN. Preserve your family's health and well-being. Get your home tested. Now that's living healthy and green. Green, green, green. It's your home, it's your dream. Radon test and keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
Welcome back to Newswatch 18. We're going to take a look at your Iowa weather really quick. Today was much nicer than it has been. I believe the temperature got up to around 22 or 23 degrees. So definitely a nice change from those negative temperatures we've been seeing. Tonight you can see by midnight it'll be about 7. 6 a.m. it'll be about 4, which will be the coldest temperatures. Definitely some wind chills down in the negative values, but nothing compared to what we had today. And by 3 p.m. tomorrow, we'll be sitting right around 26. So tomorrow will be another really nice day. You can see not much going on in the Midwest, but there's a little bit of a system down south, so they have a little bit more rain and possibly snow coming. But for the most part, not a lot going on in the United States now that this storm has moved its way through. For tonight, a low of around 1 degree. So definitely it'll still be a little chilly tonight. Nothing compared to what we had before. Wind chill values could get a little low. I think they're going to be around -10 if I remember right. Southwest winds you can see around 5 to 15 miles an hour. So still kind of strong, but definitely nothing compared to what we've been seeing lately. For tomorrow, there is a slight chance of snow. Southwest winds still around 5 to 15 miles an hour, so a little bit of a wind chill, but it shouldn't be too bad. High of around 25, so definitely another very nice day tomorrow. And with that, we will look at the extended forecast, and you can see tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, there's another chance of snow as a system moves in. But temperatures should not be getting very low. You can see Saturday a high of 31, so definitely some very nice temperatures. You can see Monday things start to cool off again as we get temperatures right around 9 degrees. And you can see that low for Monday nights dropping back down there, a low of around -10. And we'll start our week off next week with much chillier temperatures. So.
All right, Veishea Corps needs at least 250 volunteers to help with this year's Veishea events, including tournaments, concerts, the parade, Veishea Village, and food on campus. If you can help, sign up online at www.veishea.iastate.edu. Veishea 2011 is April 11th through the 17th. All right, and that's all for tonight's edition of